Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Priestley. We are going to do 2-point perspective today. So I have a piece of paper, I've laid it out horizontally. I'm going to put down my horizon line using a ruler and a pencil. And this is going to be the difference between the earth and the sky. Normally, I would be using really light lines when I was drawing, but in order for you guys to see what I'm doing, I'm going to have to draw a bit darker than I normally would. So I have my sky, I have my ground. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 vanishing points. A vanishing point is where it looks like things disappear because they've gotten so small. When things go away from us in space, they look like they get smaller. So vanishing point on the left, vanishing point on the right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my first building right here in the center, and I'm going to start with a vertical line that goes above and below the horizon line. The reason it needs to go above and below is if it does not, you'll end up seeing the top or bottom of your building, which for most of you is probably not what you want to see. So I've got a vertical line, again, that goes above and below the horizon line. Now I'm going to connect the bottom of that vertical line to the vanishing point on the left. And again, normally I would use much lighter lines. A lot of this will get erased. However, you need to be able to see what I'm doing. So now I'm going to go to the vanishing point on the right. And then the same at the top, vanishing point on the left, vanishing point on the right. Make sure that both things are lined up. Normally I would be turning my paper to make this a little bit more comfortable. You might notice I had to move my hands a little bit there, but I taped it down so it wouldn't move while I was talking to you. So right now it kind of looks like a kite. I need to fix that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another vertical line on the right. This will be the right side of the building. And then I'm going to do another vertical line on the left. This will be the left side of the building. And now it's time for some erasing. Sorry if the camera shakes. I'm going to erase the remainder of the line to the vanishing point. So get rid of that diagonal line to the vanishing point. And I'm going to leave the one at the bottom for other buildings and for the side of my road. I don't like doing more work than I have to, so I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to get rid of the horizon line within the building itself because I do not want a see-through building. Okay, so right now it kind of looks like I have a box hanging out on the side of the road. I need to add some details to it so it looks more like a building. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be on the right side of my building, and I'm going to do a vertical line that's as tall as I'd like my door to be. Then I'm going to connect it to the vanishing point, so I'm lining up the top of that vertical line to the vanishing point on the right, because we are on the right side of the building. Now I could draw this all the way to the vanishing point, but that's a lot of extra erasing that I don't want to have to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw the line where I think I need it. And then I'm going to make it a little skinnier than that. So I'm going to go in with another vertical line to show the other side of the door. I've got a little left over, just going to get rid of that. So, ta-da, we have a door, but we need some windows because right now this building is a little bit boring. So, to do windows, I like to do all of my windows in a row at the same time. It's a lot less work that way, and they'll end up looking proportionally the right size. So, I'm going to come over here. I'm on the left side of the building, so I'm going to use the left-hand vanishing point. So I'm going to come over here. I want to make sure I'm not touching the corner of the building because there has to be some room for wood and metal and sheetrock and all sorts of things that they construct buildings with. And I'm going to draw my vertical line. It's as tall as I want my windows to be. Now, I'm going to connect the top and bottom of that to the vanishing point on the left. And I'm going to go a bit longer than I actually want my window to be because, again, I'm going to do more than one window with the space. Connect to the top to the vanishing point. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off window number 1 with another vertical line. Boop. But notice I have a lot of extra space here, so I'm just going to erase a little bit. This is where I like little erasers, little details. And then I'm going to start a new window with a, you got it, vertical line. Boop. And to end that one, I need another vertical line. Now I'm going to go a little skinnier on this second window because it is a little further away from where we are. So it should look slightly smaller. And then if I wanted to, yeah, let's go ahead. I have enough room. I can do a third window. Erase, erase, erase. Vertical, vertical. And then I got to go in with a little bit more a diagonal line to the vanishing point there. I missed a spot. There. Okay. The same can be true with signs. You'd want to draw the vertical line, vanishing point, vertical. So to do another building on either side of the street works the same way. I'm going to start the building with a vertical line. And again, I want to make sure that it goes above this horizon line here. And so I can make it taller, I can make it shorter. Either one is perfectly fine. I'll do a taller one over here. The bottom is already connected to the vanishing point on the left. The top needs to be connected to the vanishing point on the left. But again, because I don't want to do extra erasing, I'm just going to draw it as far as I want it to go. And then I'm going to stop that line there. I need a vertical line to end that side of the building. Now, if you're doing a sign next to the road, this would be a great way to do it. But it's not a sign. I want something that is a big, long building. I want it to go behind this one. So I've also got to connect it to the vanishing point on the right. Again, this is the left side of the building to the left. We need to draw on the right side of the building to the right. So bottom, when I hit the next building, I'm just going to stop. So there's the bottom of that building. See how it makes a space where it goes between the buildings? And then I'm going to do the top. Same thing. And then erase the horizon line in the middle. So then I could go ahead and on this door, I could do something else. If I wanted to do a garage door, I'd go larger and connect to my vanishing point. And then another vertical line. Okay. So at this point, you can do a couple of different things. We'll do another building in a second, but what I want to show you is how to make it look like this door was open, like this was an open space, an open bay where somebody could drive a car in. All I have to do is create this inner wall. So we've got the outside wall on the left, we need the inside wall on the right. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go to the bottom of that vertical line, vanishing point to the right, boop, and it goes. You can erase the line to the sidewalk if you want, and it goes into that space. If you have a building that is taller than your first building, let's make this one quite a bit taller, then you're going to follow the same process. You're going to connect to the vanishing points. I'm going to start with the left-hand side this time. And with this one, you're going to notice that it goes way back in behind this building. If I wanted to, I can have it go as far back as this one, and it's going to stop when it touches that. If I want it to be a little skinnier, a little shorter, I'm going to make that line a bit shorter. I don't want that building to be that deep. I'm going to stop it about there. I'm going to stop that building, just like we did on this one, with another vertical line. This can be a great way to stack city streets. So now I'm going to finish the side of the building on the right. And again, make it go just as far as I want it to go. Another vertical line. Erase the horizon line. And then I can add doors, windows, signs, billboards. And I'll show you guys how to do a sidewalk really quickly before I wrap this up. So to do a sidewalk, I'm going to come down below here on my corner building. I'm going to have my sidewalk turn there. And I want my sidewalk about that wide. And I'm going to connect the left side of the sidewalk to the vanishing point, the right side of the sidewalk to the vanishing point. Now, I'm going to be a little bit tricky here. I'm going to make this look like a curb that's stepped up from the street. Normally, it's not just a flat line that's painted on the road. Normally, your sidewalks are up off of the road. So what I'm going to do is same thing as I did when I built the building. I'm going to start with a little vertical line, boop, and then I'm going to connect the top to the vanishing point. Oh, look, I already did. And then I'm going to connect the bottom to the vanishing point. And we have a sidewalk that looks like it's coming up off of the road. If you wanted to at this point, you could add in road lines. Okay, you can go this way. Whoops. That's why you got to watch your fingers, because sometimes it ruins your line. No problem, it's in pencil. We can fix it. Now, if you don't have a ruler at home, something that can be really helpful is just something hard that's straight edged. A hardcover book, the spine of a magazine, a piece of wood. As long as it's straight, it'll work. Okay, so I could go and draw people in here. I'd want to be careful not to make my person taller than the door, because that looks a little weird. Hello, person who is much taller than the door. But if you're doing a city full of giants, that might work out for you. You can play with the perspective by changing the size of your objects. You can make the same city that I've drawn right here look really enormously huge by adding 15 floors to each of these buildings. Or you can make each of the buildings look much smaller by adding larger windows and doors so that it looks like there are fewer layers, fewer buildings. Have fun with this, play with it, add signs, add windows, add lots of crazy stuff, and I hope you bring it in to show me. Bye, guys.